Hi guys, this is Crystal and welcome to my first kind of vloggy video. I've been wanting to do this for a while and I found this cool tag through another YouTuber that I thought would be fun to do, so I figured why not start out the vlogging with that. So the tag that I found is the Disabled Misconceptions tag and I just thought it would be fun to do. So let's just get started, and in the whole thing, if you hear talking, it is my screen reader reading the questions off to me because that's how I use my computer. Okay. I'll also be repeating the questions. So the first question is, what is your disability and how does it impact you? My disability is I am blind, I have a degenerative eye disease called retinitis pigmentosa, and pretty much I have like light perception. I can see things if they're really close up to my face. I can kind of see the shape of them, but it's really blurry. I can see like kind of shadows and lights, like I can see color, kind of. I can see like a spectrum of color. If I can't like tell if something's like blue or something, I can tell if something's like a dark color or a light color. I can tell if it's like light or dark in a room, and that's pretty much the scope of my vision. And I can like, yeah, see like shapes. Like if a shoe were right in front of my face, I'd be able to see if it were a big shoe looking blob, but I wouldn't be able to tell any of the details of like the shoe or anything. And I mean, it's pretty heavily impacted me, but not like in a bad way. It's just something you adapt to. Like, I have to use a screen reader for my computer. I can't do anything visually, really. I always have to have sighted assistance for that. I don't know, maybe it's impacted my mindset. I definitely think differently. I have to think of a lot of alternative ways to do things that are more visual. Like I like to bake, I like to make jewelry, I like to craft, and of course audio mixing. There's a lot of visual mediums that I like to do. Gaming, of course, is visual, so I kind of had to figure out alternative ways to do things. But other than that, I don't really... I guess that's how it's impacted me generally, is I had to find alternative ways to do things, and just, yeah, alternative ways to do things in life, and let's move on to the next question. So what is the most common misconception you experience in regards to your disability? That's a hard one. Probably that I don't like that a blind person can't enjoy visual things. Like, I ran across a lot of people who are like, you can't like gaming because you can't see, and it's a visual medium when sound is 50% of the medium of gaming. A lot of like, why are you doing this? I don't understand, 'cause you're blind. A lot of people just not being able to understand that I still like visual things. Like, it doesn't make me dislike makeup. It doesn't make me not care about my appearance because I can't see myself. It doesn't make me dislike gaming. Like, gaming is my main storytelling medium that I enjoy. I've always enjoyed it. Like, I'd rather watch a 5-hour, 6-hour, 10-hour cutscene video on YouTube than like go see a movie. Like, I just like storytelling in video games. I think it's really interesting, and there are a lot of people who think that I shouldn't like anything visual because I can't see it, but there are a lot of different ways to experience visual things that people don't understand sometimes, and sometimes it's not even like rudely, though most of the time it is. It's just that they don't understand and they want to understand why. Another misconception is probably, I had it on the tip of my tongue and now I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh no. Probably that in general, the visual mediums, not enjoying them or not wanting to even think about them. Oh, that's the other one. When people say like, so, did you hear a book? So I guess that's along the same lines, actually. That's probably, for me, is that people think that you don't enjoy visual things, and they think that they should put different tags, like, did you hear that book? Did you hear that movie? Like, I'm still watching the movie, even though I can't see it. I don't know. That's more of a pet peeve of mine than a misconception, I guess. Oh, that leads into the next question. Which misconception annoys you the most? And yeah, it's probably that people think that they need to be more sensitive and use different words when it doesn't really matter. Like, did you hear that book? Did you listen to blah 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 blah? Like, it's still watching things. I'm still reading a book, even if it's audio. You don't have to say, did you hear a book? I mean, if I'm listening to music, then yeah, that's the normal tag that you add to music. Another one that's really annoying is when people assume that you don't like, that you can't do, like, oh, what is it? Like, I've been asked weird things like, so how do you sing? Because my sight somehow impacts how I sing. Why? Like, why? It's really weird to me. So that's another thing that annoys me, when people think that your disability impacts another aspect of your body or how you interact with things that has absolutely nothing to do with your disability. Like me sewing and me singing and making food, like, I'm touching those things. Why would that have to do with my vision at all? That is my biggest annoyance, probably. Also, people kind of patting you on the back for simple things like, you crossed the street, good job. Like, a lot of things I know come from a good place, but they're kind of frustrating. You just have to deal with them. You're just like, thanks. But like, I always think, if you wouldn't walk up to a sighted person and be like, hey, did a good job crossing the street, then maybe you shouldn't be telling it to me. Do you do anything to combat these misconceptions? I kind of just exist. There are a lot of people that they just know, they get to know me, I guess. I become a friend to people usually. Like, I'm not the type of person that's extroverted and going to go out and like talk to people and be like, hey, this is how blindness works, this is how retinitis pigmentosa works. So I kind of just get to know people, and they may ask questions and I answer their questions the best that I can. I try to be very open when someone asks a question, as of course if it's not in a rude way. Some people ask a question and you can tell it's like a defensive way, so if they're genuinely asking because they're curious, then I do my best to answer their questions. I try to be open to their questions, and I just don't think that negativity helps anybody, so I like to be positive. And usually people, if they have a question, they come to me and they ask it and we get to know each other. And I don't know, just like, I guess being people's blind friend is how I combat the misconceptions. I don't know if that made any sense, but that's pretty much, I just kind of do my own thing. And if people want to know me, I try and be as open to their questions as I can be. What other things can be done to combat the misconceptions of your disability? So I think for sure, being open to answering people's questions, even if you don't want to go out and like spread the news and like, I don't know, look for people to educate or anything. I think just being open and being the person that if someone knows you, they're like, oh, I could go ask them, and they won't be like, how dare you ask me that question, brr. Like, I think that doesn't help anyone. I think it's another form of putting negativity out there. So if somebody, like I said in the last question, being open to talking to people, being open to interacting with people, and interacting normally, like, I always say I'm a person that happens to be blind. Like, my blindness isn't something that should hinder my interacting with anyone. So I just think that thinking in that way helps people be more open to asking questions and to building a relationship with you. And then if they know a blind person and run into another blind person, then they know how to interact with them. So it's kind of like a pay it forward kind of mindset. And I think that's the best way to combat misconceptions, just to go about your business and live your life. And if someone is curious, then answer their questions and be open to getting to know them, open to forging a relationship with them, even if it is just like a one-off interaction with them. You can have a good conversation with someone, and then they'll be like, I've met a blind person once, they were really cool, sort of thing. I think that's the best way to kind of operate in general in life. So why would it be any different with being blind? But yeah, that's the last question in the tag, guys. I enjoyed doing this. Of course, tags are usually like, tag someone else. But like, anyone who is disabled, go ahead and do the tag. Anyone who knows someone who's disabled and has dealt with this sort of stuff on a daily basis, like through osmosis, like, do the tag. I'm gonna copy paste the questions into the description box below. And yeah, anybody do the tag. This is a lot of fun doing a vlog sort of video. I definitely want to do more, but I always have trouble thinking of what to talk about, so the tag was a perfect opportunity to make a vloggy video. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this, and if you like this sort of stuff, then click on my other vloggy videos when they pop up. But yeah, guys, it was fun talking to you, and have an awesome day. Bye!